How you doing, everybody? Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving, but we are back with the Playbook. I'm Josh Randall.
I'm Tyler Wright.
You want to get into it, Tyler? All
Yeah.
right, let's go. So,
first one, guess one.
Obviously.
Chiefs, Pats, what to look forward for this big AFC rematch game right there.
We couldn't have a sports talk show without talking about it. It's just not possible. Tyler, do you want to start us off? You seem most eager.
I want to hear yours.
All right, you want to hear mine? Okay, so, basically, it's going to be a tight game. I don't think anybody on the planet could dispute that. I think basically it's going to come down to two things. Actually, three things. One, it's going to come down, Patriots have the home field advantage, okay? Mm-hmm. I think being in Gillette, I think pretty much if it was to go either way, the team with the home field advantage would win. I know that wasn't the story when we went to when we were in Kansas, or when the Patriots were in Kansas City in the AFC Championship, but then again there was a lot of factors which you know of, referees, things like that, play calls. That can be thrown aside. Secondly, we were talking, a good friend of ours, Samson, on the bus. We were talking. It's going to come down to special teams. It really is. It always comes down to special teams between us, and that's how it's turned out these last couple times that the Patriots and Chiefs have faced each other. So that's basically what I'm going to look out for. And third, we're going to see who has the better defense, or basically, not so much the better defense, which defense sucks less. How do you respond?
Well, obviously we know what defense sucks worse.
Okay.
The Chiefs.
Okay.
But I'm going to go off of what our good friend Geezer's told us.
Yep.
The game is to run the ball middle, slowly gains, keep that defense on the field.
Is this for Kansas City or is this for
the Patriots? Keep the Kansas City defense on the field.
Yep.
So then you keep Mahomes off the field.
Okay.
Because you put him on the field, you don't know what you're going to expect.
Mm-hmm.
But you run the ball, slowly gains. We all, Pat's rush game is not too good. Chiefs' rush game is not good at all.
Yep.
But if you get slow gains every now and then,
mm-hmm.
big gains, slow gains, big gains, slow gains, slow gain, you'll be tiring that defense out. And after past games, Chiefs' defenses have gotten tired. You can see them, look at their completely drenched in sweat after
mm-hmm.
7 snaps.
Yeah.
Because people know what to do. And don't get me wrong, we don't know what to expect with a great mind of Belichick.
Oh, yeah.
So who knows what he will do to keep Mahomes off the field, or how the defense will stop Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
But I do agree with the special teams, okay? Patriots don't have a kicker, though. If it comes down to special teams, Kansas City's going to win it.
Yeah,
they have the best kicker in the league.
You think so?
Yeah, no, it's statistically
Is that
proven.
Statistically fact?
Harrison Butker is the best in the league and stuff. But past defense is up in the best, too, so...
Yeah.
Can't have special teams if you don't get down the field.
That's a fact. No, I think it's basically, the big question mark is going to be surrounding Tom Brady and what he decides to do with that offense, because as we've seen, the Patriots' run game kind of lackluster, okay? Sony Michel not really performing much, let's all be honest. Mm-hmm. That's just a fact of the matter. Tom Brady, his throw game, basically, we don't see him throwing the ball too far down the field often. He likes to go for the short gains, which, it's really not going to matter, because if it's either going to come down to either, as you said, special teams, or basically which defense is better. So I think as long as Brady makes completions, as long as the Patriots have a good day, they should have a good chance. Now, the last time these two teams faced off was back at Arrowhead. It was a cold one out there. It was really, yeah. I think basically you're not going to have to worry about the weather or anything. It's supposed to be sunny, whatever, down in Foxborough. But yeah, to that, I think basically just because the Patriots have the home field advantage, it's going to be even either way. But I think I almost want to give the edge to the Patriots, and it's basically just off the fact that I think as long as they're consistent on offense, as long as they're consistently making plays, as long as the defenses can consistently make stops, which has been a struggle for them, but I think if they can perform this week, then they should be able to escape the grasp of Patrick Mahomes and escape with a win here.
See, I would be picking the Patriots if Patriots took advantage of the horrible Houston defense last week,
mm-hmm.
but they didn't. Okay, yeah. So that's why I don't feel confident that the Patriots are going to capitalize on the Chiefs defense. Chiefs isn't as bad as the Houston defense, but it's bad. So I don't feel like if the Pats capitalized last week against Houston and beat them, I don't feel like they're going to be able to capitalize it in crunch time. But if Mahomes has a horrible first half like he did last time,
yep.
They're not going to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
They need to have him a straight full game of amazing plays, amazing offense, not one half being bad and not one half
Yep.
being good.
And I think a lot of it has to do with now, the Patriots. I want to believe, because of what we've seen out of the Patriots in the past, I want to believe that their mindset is on the playoffs right now. Because I think if there has been one team in the NFL, which I don't think anybody can agree with, the Patriots have lived and died as well by the philosophy that the regular season means nothing once you're in playoffs. I think that right now the Patriots, they're focused on playoffs. They're focused on what they need to do to succeed in playoffs. They're focused on trying to build up what they have, which, mind you, their defense isn't the best at all, okay? But let's take that improvement that they could be making now against this against this Chiefs team. If they shut down Mahomes, then that will give them that confidence boost that they need going further. Now, the Patriots have a relatively easy schedule coming up. They play Cincinnati, they play Buffalo, I believe, and then they play the Dolphins. So it's not exactly a rough last couple games here for the Patriots, but their mindset is definitely on postseason. So I still think this game could go either way. I really do. I feel like the Chiefs have a great shot at winning this game. I really do. It's just going to come down to the defense. It's going to come down to the special teams. And I don't know. It's going to be a close game.
Brady's ability to get the ball out and all that will neutralize the Chiefs' pass rush. And they won't be able to stop him, overcome the sound. Once Brady initiates kill mode, it's over.
Yep. We haven't seen that too many times though yet this season.
It hasn't been really
that's
close
the thing.
though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and don't get me wrong, Mahomes is getting hot. He is getting hot again.
Yep.
He's coming off injury too, so we have to remember that. So if he's getting hit hard again, he could re-injure that knee. He could be getting hurt. It could be getting a lot worse.
Yep.
But he's getting hot again, so that's why the Patriots need to neutralize their defense, take advantage of keeping Mahomes off the field, and not letting him score.
Well, I want to go back to the fact that you brought against when they played Houston last week. I believe they were in New England, right?
Yeah.
I remember watching that game. And I believe at the time there was a big weather system going through. There was really snowy bad game. I remember watching that game, and I remember the amount of hate that Tom Brady got after that game for having it was a rough game. It was a very rough game for Tom Brady. Then again, neither side was throwing the football that much. Neither side would want to throw the football. It was windy. It was like a wintry mix. It was just rough, and I think. I don't want to use that to set Tom Brady for this game. I don't want to look at Tom Brady for him going into that game.
That's not necessarily true. Mahomes was still slinging that ball completely down the field. He took advantage of having home field advantage in that win. He took advantage of that. Brady did not throw it like you said, but they had that rushing game that killed the defense.
I mean, basically, if you're the Patriots right now, you just want to be consistent on offense. The defense, we know what they can do. It ain't much, but it's enough. I guess it's enough in some circumstances. You just want the Patriots offense to be consistent in getting the ball down the field. The same could be said for the Chiefs, Just find passes, find opportunities to open up the defense. And as long as they do that, I mean, either team could escape with this win. Again, it's going to be really hard. I really can't predict it. I mean, if we look here, ESPN's Power Football Index rates this game. They have New England at almost 60% favorites of this game over 40. So, I mean, I don't know. Again, an old saying, the game isn't played on paper, so anything can happen. So, despite what I said, I still think the Patriots can get the dub.
Mahomes against good defenses, he is throwing 73 completion rate, 374 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's against Baltimore.
Yep.
And they won that game. And the Broncos, actually, we don't talk about that game. He got injured.
We don't talk about that.
The Colts defense, it's good. It's one of the best. Right. 56.4, 321 yards, but 1 touchdown. 91.9 rating. Do you count the Lions as good defense?
I'm not sure.
Titans,
I'd say they're pretty decent. They're better than the Lions at least.
72 completion rate, 446 yards, 3 touchdowns, a QBR of 119.3. Let me remind you, that's the game he came off of an injury.
Yeah.
First game back, he does that. He's shown he's good against good defenses. Brady, not so much. Brady's thrown 1 to 0 touchdowns against good defenses and barely has crossed 220 yards. And his completion rate's below 50, below 60. So
this is where like me and you are very different. You like to take a look at stats in depth. I'm more of a logical thinker. Again, that's basically I've based all of my arguments off of logic. Yeah, all those stats are true. But what I'm going to say is, whoever wins this game, I don't think there's going to be any excuses whatsoever. Because
The
I think
Patriots need this game to stay
they
second.
They do need the game
If
to
they
stay
lose
second.
this
No,
game,
I agree
they
with
drop
that.
to fourth, because then Kansas City will beat them. Kansas City's beat them. Houston's beat them. Houston will bump them to second. Kansas City will bump them to third. Then they're in scary territory. That's wild card.
I
round
agree
for
with
the
that.
Patriots.
I agree with that statement. All I'm saying is that the better team is going to come out on top. And I think that whichever team does come out on top, they're not going to have an excuse as to why. They're not going to look at the refs. They're not going to look at the weather. They're going to look at the team that they were playing, and they were simply better than that other team. And I think that's a lot of the thing that gets overlooked, is that the better team still wins football games no matter what, okay? I mean, some teams have off days, but still, you still have to play the game. You still have to go out and play it. And I think that whichever team shows up, whether it be the Patriots or the Chiefs, I know the Patriots are dealing with, well, they were dealing with the flu last week, and a third of their team was questionable
They
for
had
that
a
game.
separate plane for the flu.
That was incredible. But again, the better team is going to come out on top, and I think that's the bottom line for this game. Now, it could go either way, because these teams, I mean, when you look at them, I mean, the Patriots obviously have the better record, but still, the Chiefs are still a good team. You'd be stupid to doubt their abilities. You really would. Now, I know you're probably one of the biggest Chiefs fans I know. This Chiefs team deserves a lot, okay? I just think they need to get past they need to succeed in playoffs. They need to get past the Patriots. Once they cement themselves against these big teams, which they've done roughly this season. Well, roughly they have. They've cemented themselves very well this season. Despite Patrick Mahomes' injury, they've still held their own. Once they finish that process, they will be a force, if they're not already, which they are. They are definitely a force. But once they cement themselves, this team
They'll hop back in the Super Bowl.
Exactly. This team, I don't think the Chiefs can be stopped once they establish their dominance in this division. I really don't. It's just
they've proven they've beaten the two. If they beat the Patriots, they have beaten two of the four standing teams of the five.
Yep.
So
Can't disagree. All right, we good on that one?
yeah.
All right, so our next question, Tyler, the NBA season, it's going good. What would you say are the biggest surprises you've seen this season?
I'm gonna have to go with the Clippers.
The Clippers, okay.
Clippers curse.
Clippers curse.
I'm not too sure that's gonna be a thing.
Really?
I mean, it might be a thing, but you have Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and they're ripping through the league right now.
Yep.
And they're only getting started.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the Lakers, the Lake Show, baby.
The Lake Show.
We have traveling LeBron.
Traveling LeBron, of course.
We have other players who are getting big minutes on the Lakers.
Yep.
But the biggest surprise of them all for me,
Yep.
the Celtics.
Celtics. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. They
Currently
start
second in the
off
East.
really hot. They are 15-5, correct?
Yes, it's a fact. On a
They-
2-game win streak.
They finished. They started hot, like 10 straight games, right? I believe.
Yeah.
Then they lost, and then they win again.
Yep.
Kemba Walker fits.
Kemba Walker does
I was
fit.
surprised to see that.
Now-
Honestly, I remember you telling me last year they're picking up Kemba.
I was one of the only people.
I was saying you're stupid for saying that.
I was one of the most hated people for saying that Kemba Walker was going to go to the Celtics. People thought I was stupid, and then it happened, and now people are happy that Kemba's there. Now, I tell you what, I'm very happy with the Celtics team right now. They're performing. I mean, they're not first. I mean, the Miami Heat only a game behind them, behind second place. They're 15-6 currently. Raptors share the same. 76ers are two games behind, 15-7. I'm liking the Celtics team. I think they can do good. However, the Celtics have a history of injury problems. And unfortunately, that's just the reality of it. Kemba had that scary injury back. I believe it was. What team was that against? It was a couple weeks ago.
Pacers, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right. I just hope if the Celtics stay healthy, they can do good. Now, I want to take a look at the Western Conference. That's football. Excuse that. I want to take a look at the Western Conference. I would say the biggest disappointment I am seeing right now is the Houston Rockets.
Really?
I really think so. They're currently fifth. They're currently fifth in the West. They're at 14-7. They're a game behind the Mavericks. Mavericks are currently 15-6 and fourth. I don't like this Rockets team right now. I really don't. Everybody thought that this Rockets team would be like 10 times more successful with the Russell Westbrook addition to that team. I'm just not seeing it right now, and I'm kind of disappointed because, Russell Westbrook was a franchise player for the Oklahoma City Thunder, who, by the way, Oklahoma City Thunder, currently in 10th. So, you know what? I'm proud of them, though. They're holding their own fairly decently. They're doing better.
One of the big disappointment this year?
The Trailblazers.
The 4-19 Golden State Warriors.
But you can't call them a disappointment, though. And the reason why...
They're below the Knicks.
Okay, but the thing is, the problem with that is that, see, with the Knicks, they haven't lost or gained anybody. The Warriors lost key players. I don't want to call the Warriors a disappointment right now simply because they're plagued by injuries. You can't do anything to stop that. A disappointment is the Houston Rockets right now, who are performing subpar. They're fifth in the West, who haven't been plagued by injuries, who haven't had the same ailments as the Golden State Warriors have, yet they're still underperforming. And I think that's a big problem. Now, we were talking at the beginning of the season, we really thought the Houston Rockets were going to do well. We thought they could be Western contenders. We thought that could possibly be Western Conference matchup. If they keep playing like this right now, I really can't see it. I don't know. I'm very skeptical of this Rockets team right now.
No surprise. The Pacers are winning 13 of their 20 games.
Pacers are doing pretty good. They're currently 6th in the East.
Without Victor Oladipo.
Without Oladipo, yeah.
They're winning 13 and they played a very easy schedule with just one team. With one team win over a team that's over 500, but they're taking care of business without Miles Turner for 8 games and Oladipo. But I know you said we're not gonna talk about players, but I have to mention them.
All right, go ahead.
It's 20 games in. Luka's already in the MVP conversation.
Who? Luka.
He's already in the MVP conversation.
He really is.
He's making his path. He's from taking on the position from Dirk. He's taking it pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. Well, he's dropping 40 points.
Luka
20 points.
Luka has the but now he has the addition and the extra resource of having Kristaps Porzingis. Granted, he's not performing at his best by any means. However, I still think Luka Doncic fits really well with that Mavericks team. He's able to have the ball a lot because they don't have that many resources. They have Porzingis, but still. He's doing what he does best, and that's shooting the ball, passing the ball. He's getting good numbers, and I think that I really, really like Luka Doncic going deep in the season. I really think he could do great things. If he keeps that up, that's another story. But right now, he's doing really good. So I'm very interested to see how he does. I'm very interested to see how basically the NBA plays out for the rest of the season. Right now, I'm still surprised the Raptors are currently 4th in the East.
What I was gonna say.
The 76ers are 5th, which is, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in that so far. I don't know what's really changed on that team that much. There's really nothing. Jimmy Butler's obviously left. He's gone to Miami, which would explain why Miami Heat are currently 3rd in the East.
Stop taking my conversations.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't know. But I think the East is really weird right now. The NBA is in a very weird spot. I don't think we've ever seen this much change in an NBA season.
We're back in 2012.
We're back in 2012. Nah, I think it's crazy. I think the NBA, I think it's becoming good again in the sense that we're not having, well, as I say that, both the Bucks and the Lakers are 19-3, but, things from that point out, from between 2nd and 8th in the East, that's only a 4-game difference.
That's true.
It really is. That's a really tightly contested Eastern Conference. And I think that, that's really exciting. That's good for them. I think as far as the West goes, same thing. From second to 8th, 4 games. Timberwolves are in 7th. They're doing pretty decent. Jazz, I don't really like how they're doing so far. They're not performing as well as they could be. Trailblazers, another big disappointment this year. Even with the addition of Carmelo Anthony, I think that team's on a downfall for sure, and I'm kind of sad to see them go, but that's just how it is.
They won 3 straight games, though.
According to this, they're on a win streak of 1 game.
Never mind, they have not.
Yeah, no, I think the NBA, is becoming watchable again. I think that's a big thing that I'm glad of. All right, ready to next segment. All right, so Tyler, along with what you were saying, lots and lots of standout players so far this season, young players especially. Who are your standout players so far
I'll
this
give
season?
you a hint.
Give me a hint. What?
Both of them on the screen right there.
Both of them are on the screen? Well, we got Luka and Trae Young. I'm guessing that's who you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Go right ahead. Lead
I'll
the
start
way.
off with Luka.
right.
Save my fave guy for last.
Oh, my God.
We have Luka averaging 30.3 points a game, 10.7 rebounds, 9.2 assists, and 31.93 PER.
Yep.
Last 10 games, he is shooting 34.3 from three, 46%, 47.6% from field goal, and he's averaging big numbers.
Yep.
Against the Pelicans, they've already faced before. Altogether, he is 29 points, 7.5 rebounds, 38.1 assists, and 3. That's a lot of assists. 51.4 field goals. He's making his mark in this league.
He definitely is.
Past
I can't disagree.
four straight wins. He's got 42 points, 27, 33, 22 against good teams. He's beaten Phoenix when they were good.
Yep.
Lakers, Timberwolves, lost to the Clippers, but still dropped 32 points that game.
He's looking good.
Outstanding.
He is.
I don't know how to explain it. He's already playing at MVP level in 20 games.
Well, he's not going to win MVP against Giannis, but I do agree with what you're saying.
I
He
don't
is
know.
playing very good. You really think Luka Doncic could win MVP versus?
As of right now, yeah, because Giannis isn't playing his full best.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't had to. The Bucks are just dominating the East. But anyways, so beyond that, the player I want to talk about
Let me guess.
comes out of Kansas State.
Devontae Graham.
Went to Brewster Academy right down the
Devontae
street. Devontae Graham of the Charlotte Hornets is tearing up the NBA right now, whether you like it or not. He has been the most improved player I have seen in a hot minute. Okay, he went from last season being a nobody. I think he barely even got minutes last season. I'm pretty sure he even spent time in the G League. We just saw the other day he dropped a 33-point game. Okay, he is on
37
fire.
points in fantasy.
37 points in fantasy, which is why I'm currently winning. But I just think in the last 10 games, his field goal percentage is 41%, as well as his three-point, also 41%. He's averaging 4 rebounds a game, 9 assists, and he's getting almost 19 points a game. And yet, he's dominating right now. He's performing. He's leading that Charlotte Hornets team. Now, he may not be a starter, I don't think. I think he still might be a rotation player, but he's filling the gap that Kemba left. Now he's doing that. He's got a game against the Brooklyn Nets tonight at 7 o'clock. Nets, they're currently 11-10. I'm looking at that team. I'm looking at that game. I think he can dominate again tonight. I just hope that this streak continues because I think he's capable. And, he was a second-round pick, so it's good to see a second-round pick actually making waves in the NBA. That's something we don't see too often. So he's definitely fulfilling. He's not being talked about as much as other players such as Luka Doncic or Trae Young, but he's definitely, I think in a couple seasons, he can get up there. And I think as long as he keeps performing, he can be a spotlight in this league for sure.
Think so?
I think so, honestly. I mean, it's tough to tell because there's so many young players coming up that could take over the league. Granted, we haven't even seen Zion. I forgot his name. That's how irrelevant he's become in the past couple weeks. That's how irrelevant
His injury
he's
is
become.
extended now.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it went from 6 to 8 weeks to longer now.
That's
Honestly, I don't see him coming back
really.
until late.
What do you mean? Do you think he's going to have another injury?
After 50 games, I feel like he'll come back.
I don't know. I'm really disappointed in the fact that Zion isn't back. We talked about this on our first show. I don't want Zion to become injury prone. And unfortunately, that's looking like the reality of the situation. Now, that being said, people have had injuries and still, it's taken them time, but they can still come back and perform. That being Derrick Rose, there's a whole list of guys. So the story of Zion Williamson isn't over yet. I don't even think it's truly begun yet as far as his NBA career. It really hasn't. Once he steps on the court and once he either performs or doesn't perform, that's what we're going to see out of Zion. Now, him being 285 pounds, a big man, power forward, he's definitely more prone to injuries, and that's just the reality of it. I'm disappointed because I want to see him succeed. He was the biggest name out of college in the past probably 4 years, 5 years even. He's probably been the biggest name with the biggest amount of hype coming out of college. I really don't want to see that talent go to waste. But if he keeps up this trend of being injured, being injury prone, that's just how it's going to be, and that's disappointing to me. It really is.
All right.
What else we got? We got a couple.
All
We got a
right.
minute left.
So,
We got a minute left. Go ahead. Take up our
minute?
time. Yeah, thereabouts.
All right. Well,
Anybody else?
Minute.
Oh, I got one.
no.
Oh my God. What?
Trae Young.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
He's dropping 29 points, 49 points, 37, 24, 39.
Yep.
Yeah, he's only averaging 28.7.
Yep.
How does that make sense? Okay, but we're not
I
going to
have
get
no-
into that.
I-
We have limited time.
I have no idea, but I just want to say, another really improved player, Caruso. I hate to bring him up, but he's definitely looking better. I don't know. He's just
Through the past
I
21 games,
hate
Trae
him.
Young has
I can't hate
averaged
Caruso.
28.7, 8.4, 39.3% from 3, and 46.7. Trae Young is balling.
So-
Trae Young, stop it.
I was gonna ask you a question. Who are you gonna take, Trae Young or Luka Doncic? Despite the stats, which I know you love. I know you love the stats. Who are you taking, Trae Young or Luka Doncic right now? Answer the question, please.
Luka.
He's
He's just a better overall player.
Luka
I know I've been saying
Doncic.
Trae Young is the best player and the best point guard out there, but he's really not. I'm just saying that 'cause I like him, but he's not better than Luka. Luka is playing way better than him, way better than like anybody. But Trae Young, don't get me wrong. The Hawks are 5-17. Their next game is against the 9-14 Hornets on the 8th. But I feel like the Hawks need to rebuild around Trae Young, like they did with the Warriors did with Curry, because Trae
Yep.
Young is a player just like Steph Curry.
Let's wrap this up.
They should rebuild around him, and then I feel like they will have a contender team like the Warriors have, because Trae Young is an all-star. Don't get me wrong.
In the making, definitely.
He's a
I can't
superstar
disagree.
in the making.
I
He's an
can't
all-star
disagree.
right now. He's an all-star right now, but he's a superstar in the making.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. Tune in 2 weeks from now for another edition of the Playbook. See ya. Peace.
Shook it up.